Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the Flow of Consciousness YouTube channel. I'm currently sitting at Vernezza. It's one of the 5 towns in the Cinque Terre area here in the northwest of Italy, and I think it is absolutely beautiful here. It's so picturesque, so idyllic, and it has this typical Italian vibe. There is lots of seafood, lots of people selling fruits in the streets, and it just feels so warm, and the people here are so friendly. There's a lot of tourists here because it's a really pretty place to visit, and I highly recommend you check it out if you ever come to Italy. Now, what I want to talk about in today's video is the power of a paradigm shift, right? A paradigm shift is basically a whole new way for you to view a certain experience or situation or scenery, right? We can flip in an instant our perception of a certain situation, and a great story that illustrates this concept is one that I read in Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and it is the story of him entering a subway in New York. And it is a quiet subway. People are just sitting there, they're going to work, and all of a sudden the doors open and there is a family that rushes in. There is a dad with his 3 children that rush inside the subway, right? Now, as he's sitting there, these children, they're running around, they're making lots of noises, they're feeling very restless, and the father, he is doing nothing. He's just sitting there. And Stephen Covey describes how he is so frustrated about the fact that the father is not taking action to keep his children in check. They are disturbing the people on the subway. And at some point, Stephen Covey decides to address this. He approaches the father and he tells the father, "Hey, can't you see that your children are disturbing everyone here on the subway?" Now, the dad, he responds that, "I'm so sorry, but I really don't know what to do. We just came from the hospital and their mother just died." And in that instance, Stephen Covey realized that the situation was totally different than he thought it was. He was feeling frustrated because the children were disturbing people and the dad was not doing anything about it. But after receiving this crucial piece of information, his approach, his attitude completely shifted. He completely shifted his attitude towards the dad because he knew that his wife just died. It is a complete shift in your perspective, a complete shift in your attitude, and you can have this in many different situations. Now, why is this important? I like to use the concept of the paradigm shift in many different situations, right? For example, if I approach a stranger in the streets and they act very negative towards me approaching them, they are very mean or rude, or they just discard me in an instant, right? I could take that very personally. I could think that, oh, they don't like me, or they don't resonate with me or whatever, right? But it can also be that their grandmother just died, or they had a massive fight with someone they love, or they lost their job, or they just had a bad day, right? And this piece of information can shift the paradigm from taking it personally to they are experiencing something that is difficult for them, right? This knowledge really helps me to deal with all kinds of situations where I could potentially take things personally. And I think that it can be really good for you to understand this concept of the paradigm shift. What if the situation that you have in mind right now is not actually the case? What if there is a crucial piece of information that you're missing that is preventing you from seeing things from a totally different perspective? And what if you could find that piece of information within yourself? What if you could believe that a certain situation that happened in your life is actually caused by something totally different? So instead of taking things personally, you can now shift your perspective and understand that maybe it's just them having a difficult time, or maybe it was just something that caused them to do something and it's not really your fault, right? Think back to the story of the dad in the subway. How would you initially feel about his children disturbing everyone? You would probably feel very frustrated about it as well, right? But after you know that his wife just died, his wife literally just died, your feelings towards him shift completely with compassion, understanding, right? So this is something that I like to apply to my own life. Whenever I feel like I am judging myself, I am frustrated about something, I try to look for a different angle. You know, what if my inner child was just hurt? Then I can all of a sudden start to feel compassion for myself, right? I can look at it from a different angle, and there is a paradigm shift happening. There is a perspective shift that happens, and that helps me to release the negative emotions I have towards something. I can tap into compassion. I can tap into gratitude. I can tap into understanding. And sometimes it is good to artificially make a paradigm shift, to think the best, right? If somebody acts mean to you, then maybe it could be personally. But why would you want to believe that? Why would you want to think that? You can also understand that maybe it is because of something that happened to them in their lives, and that's why they act very mean today, right? It's not always about you. It really isn't. Don't take things personally. This is a great lesson that I got from the 4 agreements. Understand that if somebody hurts you or is mean to you, it's usually not because of you, or it's usually not because you are the specific person they feel angry towards or they hate. No, it's because something is going on in their lives and they're just projecting something onto you, or they are just acting out because they feel frustrated with themselves, right? And this is a massive paradigm shift that happened in my life, because I used to take things so personally all the time. When people were mean to me, or when I felt judged, I took it personally. And the concept of the paradigm shift, understanding that it's not about me, it's about them. It's literally about them, and not in a negative way, because let's be honest, sometimes you lash out too. Sometimes you feel bad too because something bad happened in your life, or you had something that you needed to take care of unexpectedly and it frustrated you, and then you don't have the mental space to actually be kind to others because you feel so much in lack, you feel so much in contraction, and you can't get out of your own head, right? I have been there myself. You probably have too, and that's okay. But shifting the paradigm from taking things personally towards other people also have their lives, and it's not about you, it's about them. This really helped me to feel less judged and to feel less stressed out, to feel less anxious, definitely also in social situations. So I hope that this was helpful. A quick video on how you can apply paradigm shift in your life. I think that it is a tremendously powerful tool and mindset that you can use to improve your day-to-day experience, and that is ultimately what I want to help you do. So thanks again for being here with me. Thank you for your attention, and as always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.